Since this video production was completed, independent laboratory analysis has been performed on Transfer Factor Plus. Please continue viewing after the completion of this video explanation of Transfer Factor Plus to learn about what has been characterized as test results unprecedented in the known medical literature.
Hello, I'm Dr. Rob Robertson. I'm a medical doctor who, for the past 5 years, has been teaching people like you how to stay well through a preventive medicine program. Recently, I've devoted all of my time to talking about a product called Transfer Factor Plus. I feel that Transfer Factor Plus can be just as important as the discovery of penicillin in 1928 by Sir Alexander Fleming, or as equally beneficial as the introduction of the polio vaccine by Dr. Jonas Salk in 1952. How can I say this? Because Transfer Factor Plus can be our best guarantee of having a healthy, vital, intelligent, and strong immune system.
Because medical researchers and practitioners realize that all disease, with only a few exceptions, is caused by immune system dysfunction. And if we can change that dysfunctional system to a healthy, functional system, much of what we experience as disease can be prevented. And prevention is going to have to be the key word in order to achieve good health in the future. So let's look at some facts. We're losing the war against infectious diseases, and we're certainly not winning the war against cancer. Autoimmune diseases are becoming more prevalent, and allergies and hypersensitivities are affecting more and more Americans. All of these conditions are caused by immune system dysfunction. Our system designed to defend our bodies has failed us. 15 formerly easily treatable microorganisms are now partially or in many instances totally resistant to treatment. It seems new deadly strains appear almost monthly. Tuberculosis. The World Health Organization predicts that 1 billion, 1 in 9 people worldwide will have tuberculosis by the year 2020, and drug-resistant strains are already appearing in American cities. The Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta predicts that the next worldwide influenza epidemic will cause 60 million deaths, with over 1 million here in the United States. Cancer incidence is up by 44% since 1950, and we're nowhere near a cure for cancer, despite isolated successes and despite the fact that billions and billions of dollars have been spent on research and treatment. There are 67 identified autoimmune diseases, including diabetes, multiple sclerosis, inflammatory bowel diseases, lupus, and rheumatoid arthritis. Americans spend hundreds of millions of dollars on treatment for allergies, on antihistamines, decongestants, allergy shots, and steroid dose packs. 40% of Americans have significant allergies. All of these conditions, infections, cancer, autoimmune diseases, and allergies, are immune system dysfunctions. And immune system dysfunction can be understood simply as an immune system that is out of balance, either underreacting or overreacting. If our immune system overreacts to something already in our body, if it overreacts against ourselves, we have an autoimmune disease. If it overreacts to something from outside our body, from an external threat, we develop an allergic reaction. And if our immune system underreacts to a threat from within our bodies, from an internal threat, we can develop cancer. An underreaction to an external threat can cause infections from bacteria, viruses, fungal organisms, and parasites. So you can see how important our immune system is. It must be balanced, and it must be able to react in order to protect us. We don't go from perfect health to some health catastrophe, at least not usually. What actually happens is that we gradually slide down the path toward illness as we place more and more burdens on our immune system until it can no longer defend us. Transfer Factor Plus provides our bodies with ingredients that can give our immune system the two qualities which best provide us with immune system power: intelligence and strength. We want our immune system to know how to fight, and we want it to have the tools it needs to fight. Intelligence and strength. Transfer Factor Plus. Transfer Factor Plus contains 6 state-of-the-art ingredients protected by 3 patents and multiple trademarks. It heralds a whole new concept and a new era in disease prevention through immune system stimulation that has never been available before. The intelligence infused into our immune system is created by transfer factor, and the strength is provided by the following ingredients: beta-1,3-D-glucan, beta-glucan for short, acemanin from aloe vera, cordyceps, an ancient Chinese fungal extract, inositol hexaphosphate, or IP6, and the thymic protein called Thyrex. So let's discuss each of these ingredients so that you can understand the importance of each. Transfer factor makes our immune system smart. Do you remember having chickenpox as a child? Have you ever wondered why you probably haven't had chickenpox again? Do you have any idea how a vaccine has protected you against the disease? Well, the answer to both of these questions is the same: transfer factor. Transfer factor gives our immune system the ability to have memory. The first time the chickenpox virus entered your body, you didn't recognize it, and you became ill before you finally figured out what it was, and you finally defeated it. But once you'd recovered, you now had its identity forever locked into your immune system, because your body developed a little molecule which was imprinted with the appearance of the chickenpox virus. If you had chickenpox, those little molecules are circulating in your body right now as you watch this video. The difference between illness and wellness is a numbers game. If a germ like the chickenpox virus enters your body and can multiply faster than your immune system cells can multiply, you become ill. But if your immune system cells can multiply faster than the germ is defeated and you remain well. Early recognition of the germ allows your immune system to win the numbers game, and transfer factor memory molecules provide early recognition. The chickenpox virus can later enter your body and it's instantly defeated because of a massive immune system response, and you don't become ill. Transfer factor gives us the ability to have resistance, and resistance gives us the ability to have what is called immunity.
Immunity. Isn't that a wonderful word? It means we're invulnerable. It means we're protected. Wouldn't it be miraculous if we could discover a way to have our immune system trained so that it could protect us against literally hundreds and hundreds of disease-causing germs? Well, let's return to the video and see how this might happen. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we had a transfer factor machine that could stamp out transfer factor memory molecules for hundreds of potential disease-causing germs, so that our immune system could best protect us if we were threatened by those germs?
Well, we do, and that machine is called Bessie the cow. And Bessie has provided us with the first way to have protection from disease that's been discovered since Edward Jenner discovered the principle of the vaccine over 200 years ago.
This is the most important discovery ever announced in preventive medicine. Now, let me repeat that statement. This is the most important discovery ever announced in preventive medicine. And I want you to listen and watch carefully and let me teach you. It's important for you and your family and for everyone you can share this information with.
Transfer factors, those protective memory molecules, are the same for all species of mammals. And mammals are defined as any species that produces milk to nourish their offspring. Cows nurse their young, and humans nurse their young. So both cows and humans are mammals. Let me repeat now, all mammals produce transfer factor memory molecules that are molecularly identical. This discovery was one of 2 momentous discoveries made within the past 10 years. The other discovery was that all transfer factors are transferred to newborns right at and after birth through the mother's first maternal milk, called colostrum. This is nature's way of protecting the newborn from disease, because the newborn has spent its first months in the sterile environment of the womb, and it doesn't know how to recognize germs. But when it nurses, the mother transfers her transfer factors into the newborn, and this allows it to survive. Newborn humans who aren't nursed survive because we keep them in a sterile or near sterile environment until their immune systems can mature. But for all other mammals, nursing right after birth is the difference between health and illness, and it's often the difference between life and death.
Does a light suddenly turn on in your mind? If colostrum is packed with all of a cow's transfer factors, and we could discover a way to remove them and put them in a capsule and consume them on a daily basis, do you see what this could mean? It means we could transfer that ability to recognize disease causing germs into our bodies, just as the mother transfers that ability into her newborn. It means we could extend the same benefits that the newborn receives into our childhood and into our adulthood and throughout our advanced years and throughout our entire lives.
Cows come into contact with every known germ because they have terrible, unsanitary habits. They muck around in a germ filled world, full of viruses and bacteria, full of fungal organisms, full of parasites, and they survive because they have heroic immune systems. Let's use just one germ as an example. A cow comes into contact with a virus. Its immune system defeats that virus, and the cow produces a transfer factor specific for that virus. It moves that transfer factor into its colostrum for the protection, for the education of its newborn. We take some of that colostrum and filter it through a patented filtration process and remove that transfer factor, and we put it in a capsule and we consume it. Now we have protection. We have the ability to resist disease from that virus because we have early recognition and we win the numbers game.
What you just saw, this transfer of immune system recognition, is now possible for hundreds of disease causing germs. We can fortify our immune system with hundreds of recognition codes of bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungal organisms. And it's the safe, natural way to strengthen our immune system.
Because independent lab analysis has revealed that transfer factor has no toxicity. Transfer factor has other properties which are as equally important as its ability to recognize germs and to give us early recognition so we can win the numbers game. Transfer factors are also present which can stimulate the immune system if it's an underachieving system, and these are called inducer transfer factors. And there are suppressor transfer factors, which tone down an overachieving immune system, an important quality which can help in correcting the autoimmune diseases and the hypersensitivities such as allergies.
Transfer factor is truly nature's miracle molecule. We call transfer factor the gift for life because it can be, literally. It can give our immune system intelligence, and our immune system can be the difference in health and illness, in survival in an ever increasingly hostile world filled with disease.
And what about the plus in transfer factor plus? Transfer factor provides the intelligence our immune system needs in order to protect us. And the plus is the added ingredients that provide the strength to implement that intelligence. There are different cells within our immune systems that all have a purpose in our defense. One of these cells is called a macrophage. Now, don't let that name intimidate you. Macro simply means big, and phage means to eat. So a macrophage is a big eater. Macrophages are scavengers. They look for old and injured cells and they remove them. They attach themselves to germs and they literally eat them and they initiate the entire immune response. There's another cell type called cytotoxic T cells. Cytotoxic T cells are cancer fighters. They remove infected cells and they constantly patrol for abnormal cells which can turn into malignancies, and they remove them. Natural killer cells do the same thing. They're called NK cells. They're especially active in removing cancerous cells or any cells in our bodies which look abnormal. Cytotoxic and natural killer. They just sound tough and strong, don't they? And then there are lymphocytes, which are specialized cells for fighting infection, for fighting viruses and bacteria, parasites and fungal organisms. They're the type of cells that the transfer factors influence by stimulating are suppressing their function, and by teaching them exactly what they're looking for so that these lymphocytes can produce antibodies which kill germs. The beta glucans and acemannins stimulate the production of macrophages, and the beta glucans also stimulate the production of cytotoxic T cells. Cordyceps and IP6 stimulate the production and activity of NK cells, those natural killer cells, which are so important in fighting cancer. The thymic proteins have the ability to stimulate lymphocytes, to train them to be more active so that they can turn into viral and bacterial fighters and to seek out fungal and parasitic organisms. All of this has been researched. All of this information has been documented in numerous scientific journals and books published in countries all over the world.
Transfer Factor Plus is truly the ultimate immune system product. It promotes our immune system's natural defense against disease by providing the intelligence for recognition of disease-causing germs. It stimulates cells that are documented by research as being important in removing abnormal cells which can develop into malignancies. It has the ability to stimulate an underachieving immune system and to tone down an immune system which is overactive and can cause autoimmune diseases and allergies. This is why we call Transfer Factor Plus the gift for life, and it's now available. So please contact the person who gave you this video and learn about how you can get involved with the company that has made Transfer Factor Plus available. It truly could be and will be the most important and rewarding decision you'll ever make. Thanks. In the winter 1999 edition of the Journal of the American Nutraceutical Association, a landmark study was published, which was the compilation of test results on 196 products involving over 400 ingredients. This study took over 7 years and thousands of hours to complete. The study was designed to determine which nutraceutical products had positive influences on our body's immune system's ability to protect us, and to establish if any toxicity or harmful effects resulted from the use of any of these products. The first test was to determine which products had the ability to increase the function of natural killer cells. Natural killer cells are those immune system cells which are lethal lymphocytes. They target tumor cells and protect against a wide variety of infectious microbes. The test involved taking natural killer cells from donors and mixing them with live cancer cells called K562 cells to determine the killing ability of natural killer cells on those live cancer cells, and then to add the nutritional supplement to the natural killer cells live cancer cell mixture, and to determine the increase in killing ability that the nutritional supplement was able to contribute. Of the 196 products tested, 46 had positive influence on natural killer function, and these 46 ranged from a 10% increase in natural killer function to 48.6%. Transfer Factor Plus wasn't available at the time of the publication of this study because it wasn't introduced until the summer of 1999. Using the same exact procedures by the same lab used in the testing of the 196 products, the following results were obtained. Transfer Factor Plus increased natural killer cell function by 248%, over 5 times greater than any product ever tested. This prompted a letter from the director of the laboratory which stated, Transfer Factor Plus induced immune-based lysis of K562 cells at a level unprecedented in the director's experience or in the known medical literature. Since NK function is so crucial in killing cancer cells, these products are ideal candidates for cancer adjuvant therapy. In addition, NK cells form a first line of defense against infections from viruses and certain other microorganisms. Killing assays against K562 cells have also been correlated with increased activity against chronic and acute infections as well. Transfer Factor Plus was tested for antiviral effect and achieved a level of antiviral activity which was characterized by the laboratory director as having significant major antiviral activity.
Of the 196 products tested, only 32 products had any antiviral activity at all. In regard to toxicity or potentially harmful effects from any of the 196 products tested, 97 or 49.9% of the products tested were toxic, meaning simply that their safety and dosages recommended by the manufacturer couldn't be established. Transfer factor plus in concentrations hundreds of times greater than a recommended dosage produced absolutely no toxic effect. Transfer factor plus is truly the gift for life, now proven by independent laboratory analysis to be the ultimate, unquestioned immune system product ever introduced. We invite you once again to get back to the person who gave you this video and learn how you can help us tell the Transfer Factor Plus story.